And what I can do, I can actually go in and choose here what I call a silo. I've made a silo name.
Which means that it's linking around other posts in a circle.
So it'll actually link to the next post and to the next post and to the next post. This is a technique that Marco from Semantic Mastery invented. So what happens here is that the Learn More link button will become the link to the next post in the stack.
Oh, okay.
So now I'll go and add that as scheduled post, which I'll schedule to the 6th.
Sit here and click a few buttons and go back and forth, and you can set up content for days.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
So
all like interlinked and kind of networked, so just the way Google likes it.
Yeah.
Without you having to worry about all the details all the time.
So I click this one, add to post, and it will add the post to a scheduler, as we call it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go down here, it will be added to this
queue now.
It'll come into a queue. Yeah.
Nice. So then you can just forget about it and go on to something else.
The only requirement is that you have the program running when the scheduled post, you see it came down. This one. This is the post I was just.
So the posting is actually done by your desktop software and not a server somewhere.
Yeah. Or you can put the software on a VPS and that will be running all the time.
You could do that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you saw that I was pasting in something into the spinboard.
Mm-hmm.
Now I click get from spinboard, and it takes the next one in the cycle.
Oh, and this time it's not going to the same city. It's a different city because it's spun.
It's spun.
Nice.
Because that was what I did with
one after another and get a whole bunch in all different cities and all linking to each other like a silo. That's great.
Yeah.
And just schedule it. Just click it and it's in the queue and just forget about it.
Exactly.
Fantastic. I love it.
I mean, we've got guys that are, setting up 30, 60 days worth in advance.
Yeah, I believe you. And yeah, go for it.
So Hugh, what is the saying we grew up with? Like how much more do you have to do than the other guy to do more and get better results than the other guy if you do how much more than he did?
I'm not familiar with that one, but it makes sense.
Well, if you do 10% more than everybody else behind you, your results should be better, right?
Well, yeah.
And with utilizing, whether you're doing it on your own and you do 10% more, or you're using somebody's tool and you're doing 10, 20, 30, 40% more, it still makes sense. If you are doing more than the other person and you're doing it correctly, you should be rewarded by better results.
Well, yeah, for me, that's called leverage. You're leveraging, not you're thinking in terms of like one account, but what if you've got like multiple Google My Business so you can just leverage this like crazy.
Right.
Yeah, you saw I was posting this to the same GMB. So if I go up here and choose another account.
Right, exactly. There you go. See, you can switch profiles, right? Maybe it's the same type of or whatever.
Yeah.
So now by switching that, it's going to automatically put the right profile's details into your posts, right?
Think about if you have a franchise.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Fitness or whatever, and you want to promote more or less the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
to all the franchisee, or what's called franchisees, then you can just take whatever state, city, and spin that little post You maybe have 500 locations, and then you just run it, blum, 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 blum.
Oh, nice.
And then you have a scheduled 500 posts within no time.
We actually have one guy today that is doing that. He does have 500, franchises of the same company. So he's able, I mean, think about this, guys. He's able to sit here within just a few hours and set up the post to all 500 of those GMBs across the country.
And you just go get from Spinboard, and it just gets the next one each time. And then you silos it to the previous one. That's amazing.
How much time would that take? I mean, 500, right? I mean, gee whiz.
No, I mean, I can see you could get this done very quickly with this tool, but to do it by hand, it would be too much.
Exactly. It would take some time.
Yeah.
It would take a little bit of time.
This is like a machine gun. Just spray them out.
Just notice the name of the product.
Yeah, it's a factory. The ranking factory.
Or make a poster.
Yeah. Okay.
So
cool.
Basically, that's the majority of what we had planned for today. But there's a few other tools in it. There's a schema generator, which will generate your schema. There's an iframe tool, which will generate iframes. There's a calendar where you can do serious danger things. And we have the drive photos where you can actually post to photos to your G drive. Mm-hmm. And we have the sheets, which we have looked into. The sheets, which you saw before.
The sheets, yeah. And the blogging, too. I mean, that's amazing because a lot of people that ask me about their strategy and that even if they have an e-com site or something and they don't really know quite how to combine the blogging with it, and this tool does it more or less automatically for you.
I just want to show one little thing. That's the one down here which says send to link indexer. So if I hit this one, if you have a API with the speed what's called speed link indexer, then you can actually use an unlimited amount. Otherwise, there's a 500 free allowance per day coming with the tool. So you just
specific indexer though, right? That you guys are hooked up with.
So you just create a campaign name and use the free allowance, which gives you 500 links, and then you submit it, and then off it goes.
You can use that for anything. You don't have to use it for this. You can use it for your sites. You can use it for anything that you want to index.
Yeah, in terms of getting links indexed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, that's great. So it's not just for Google My Business. You can index stuff through this tool with your integration with the indexer that you mentioned.
Right, exactly. So the other pieces, we don't want to take a lot of time tonight to go over each of those other pieces, but I think, by just going through the complexities and looking at how awesome the poster part of it is, the other parts are just, they're bolt-on, right? Everybody knows we need schema, so we could create schema. In Reiki Factory, we developed the opportunity to do 48, calendar events a day, times 7 days a week, times, 365 days a year, times 10 years, create links. So these are just all bolt-on. They're not part of the essential part of the program. And, I don't want to spend a lot of time with people right now. I'd rather take some time right now if anybody has any questions as to how this.
It's been an hour, so I think we've got a pretty good look at what this thing does. And I can just tell you from my experience with the ranking factory and stuff, they kind of really, really think everything through pretty well. So you see how you can be in one section and then it just says, move this over to the other section. And they really thought it through very well.
Well, the reason is because I'm lazy.
Well, of course, that's what all the automation is, why we have all this automation. And then, like what you said about, doing it just makes it so much easier. Art wants to know how long does it take to get a client on page one with this?
Okay, so here's my answer to that. Art, how long does it take to cook a cow?
About a day.
I don't know. It could take an hour if it's a little cow. It could take a week if you have very little charcoal.
Down here in Miami, they dig a hole in the ground and put the wood in there and burn it.
Art's got the exact answer. It depends on the size of the stove and the cow.
There you go.
So how long does it take to rank in the 3-pack? It depends on a lot of factors. If it's low-hanging fruit, not much.
Right.
The
competition you're talking about here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Sure.
And that is, we took on a mortgage company as our case study. How much more difficult can you get than a mortgage company?
Right.
Okay? And it has taken us over 30 days to get them into that 3-pack.
But it is in there now.
But it is in there, and they're getting more every day. Their pages are growing in ranking stature, right? So, you know, but I will tell you this: they're paying me $2,500 a month.
Mm-hmm. No, but that really makes a lot of sense because, you know, not everybody. You know, I think probably very small percentage of people really do get this about Google My Business, about how to kind of blow it up on the back end, like what you can do with the software, or even posting more posts. Now, I knew about Google My Business. It's a great way to list your local business on Google, but I didn't know about all this stuff. So I'm sure a lot of other people don't either. And if you get started working on this right now, you can get results now. You know, like you say, how big how is and everything, but you can get results with this now, and there's not that many people competing with it yet.
So let me give you another example on the opposite side. Terry, one of our other brilliant members of our ranking factory and GMB, he took somebody that was maybe number 11, and he got them into the 3-pack in less than 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a pretty competitive niche. It was a financial niche, okay? So these are the things and the steps that you need to do. And, you know, if that's what you want to do. I want to ask anybody right there that's listening to me, will you grab your phone and would you do a search? And would you search, let's see, let's search plumbers near you. Plumbers near you. Because I want to show you how important it is becoming in the future of ranking. So if you do plumbers near you, what do you see at the very top? Anybody?
I don't have my phone with me right here.
Okay, well, here's what you see. If you do plumbers near you, you're going to see 3 boxes that are Google guarantees.
Oh.
Okay? And it may not be in your city, but they're rolling it out. So Google is now taking away another spot. The top spot for service industries is going to... You see it?
Yeah, right now, Google guaranteed, and the top 3, because I just went to Google on my computer and did it instead of my phone.
Yep. Okay. So
that's a slot on top of all those other boxes they have on there.